I'm now going to cover the topic on the Edison Argos of how to do a DTT scan to add on all the digital terrestrial channels. Okay, so I'll just start off here. What we have in front of us now is the satellite channels have been added on already. So we're going to use the input from the aerial here, which is going to the aerial in. It's going to give the feed to tune in the Irish channels. Well, I mean, obviously it's relevant for Ireland, but I mean, we'll work in any country for your own DTT service. So first of all, we simply hit the menu button. And we come down here and we wanted to go to the installation menu. So I mean, there it is here, the installation menu. You can see the arrow over to it, and in this particular case we want to do a terrestrial installation. So we just scan down as far as terrestrial installation, and we choose the region Germany. You have a whole range of countries, but we'll actually go for the UK, United Kingdom. And the significance of going from one particular country to the other is simply that, we'll say, if we went to Germany, it'll have both VHF and UHF choices. With the United Kingdom, it's UHF only. So the new DTT service in Ireland will be UHF only. Only that spectrum will be used for broadcast. So we don't want to go to something that we're going to have invalid choices being offered to us. So we simply select OK. And we have two particular choices here. We can do a TP edit, or we can do a blind scan. Okay, now I'll just show you the benefit. The blind scan is if you weren't sure which transmitter you wanted to pick up from, you can simply do a blind scan, hit the red button, and it will simply go through every conceivable transmitter within the UHF range. And TP edit is if you actually know the particular frequency of your local transmitter and you have your aerial set up for that thing, you can actually just scan purely for that. So I'll start off here and I'll simply do the TP edit. So I'll hit the green button here, and it asks me what channel do I want to go to. So you can see the scan band is UHF, and I simply go OK to bring the menu up here. And I know, say, Mount Leinster is a local transmitter we could use here. So I'll scan down here as far as number 45, and we can actually use the page down option here, go through it quicker. And I just go OK. That one there, actually, will come down maybe a little bit further down to 61. Sorry. Page, overshot the mark there, down two more, and now we can see this is very high levels of signals have been achieved here. So you can see this quality is 60%, and the level here is, I think. And now what we can actually do is just hit the green button again to do the TP scan out. And what it'll do here is it'll scan just that particular frequency, and so you can pull in signal with those particular transponders. So we'll see here what we're after doing is we're after pulling in 4 digital Irish channels, radio channels, and 5 television channels. Okay, just to show you what would involve a blind scan, if we hit the red button here, it'll actually go the entire way through all the different transponders. So you can see it's working its way down through the entire list of transponders that's in its list. So the full UHF spectrum will have 40 something transponders, and it will see there's a pick up signal. So you can see here, knowing the particular frequency is not overly important because it'll work its way through very quickly. The one disadvantage of this is that often we'll say, because the DTT signal is so strong, it'll actually pull in the Irish channels from multiple different transmitters, and then you can end up in a situation where you have the signal several times depending on where the transmitter is. So if we just exit out here to see where these channels have actually been added on, if we come along here now, we can see here this is actually a replay of Morning Ireland, and we can just arrow down here and TG Carter is here, and so forth. We can just hit that. You can see it here anyway, we can just have the different list of the channels here. Now the strange thing here is that for the last number of months, and I'm speaking now from April of 2010, TV3 is missing from the list. We basically have a test channel where it used to be, but the reality is that not until the new date that has been set for the very latest date for DTT to officially launch in Ireland is the beginning of October. So in the interim, there's no guarantee that all the Irish channels will be available. But normally you can simply loop through the analog signal back into your television from the DTT area and actually pick up the Irish channels on analog anyway. And the other thing about it is there's a very high level of overlap between TV3 and ITV. So most of the programs that are on it, such as Coronation Street, things like that. So the TV3 missing from the lineup currently is a bit of a disadvantage, but not a massive one. And that's it basically, beginning to end. The two ways you can add on the digital DTT channels: you can either just do a specific scan on a particular transmitter or transponder, or you can do it for a range of frequencies and pull in whatever's out there, and that's it.